Hello?
Dime también.
Hello?
Madama Verde,
How long were you on?
for a little bit.
I didn't see it show that you had got on.
Huh?
It didn't show me that you had got on.
I don't know.
It usually will notify. Now, what is a little bit?
A few minutes.
Uh, Just tell me how long were you on?
I didn't time it.
Like
Few
10
minutes,
minutes,
like three or
5 minutes?
four. I've been
Okay,
playing a game while I was waiting.
okay, so maybe that's why. Okay,
I was
guess
I
you were.
was he, I was
Usually,
on, but I was playing a game.
well, maybe it didn't count it because I will get a notification when you get on. And so I was waiting for you to get on for me to get on.
Well, I was on.
All right. So are you talking to me?
It's your choice.
You can talk.
I guess you're watching a juego or something, right?
You can talk.
Yes, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am. Uh, la 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 la. La 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 la.
The sound of
Can
music.
you sing? I mean, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see that.
All right. So this Friday we had a little mixed bag with the Dow Jones being positive 56 points, roughly about 0.15%. The S&P 500 didn't really move that much, 0.01%, which is not as very, I mean, basically stayed kind of flat. NASDAQ slightly green by 0.35% or 52 points. Interesting. Dow Jones and the NASDAQ were about roughly 55. Interesting. That doesn't happen that much. The Russell negative 0.77% and the VIX 0.20 cents or about negative 1.60%, which hasn't been very, that means that hasn't been very volatile because we've seen up to 2% of volatility. For tomorrow morning, so far we got a little green bag on the lineup. As you can see, most of the things are roughly 0.15 to 0.20%, with the futures here looking good. So we'll see what happens, including oil. So everything's kind of green for tomorrow. And as usual, that's what happens on the lunes, or AKA Monday. Okay, so that's that. That's for tomorrow. Okay, so let's take a look at um, the quotes. Uh, Okay, so Caro should be always, can you put Caro on the notes to keep closely watch and to sell this? Right now we're negative two, about roughly I have 60 shares of this, a little bit down, but that's, the spread of Caro is usually high. So we just want to keep an eye on this to sell it. So that should be on the notas, madama. Okay, so the winner for Friday was Chewy, roughly about 450%. Boeing has been having a phenomenal month/weeks. Intel also, this had really good news. Someone said it would get to $40, but I don't know if it's going to get there, but we shall see. Amazon as well, 2.20%. So let's take a look at this. Chewy was the winner. Okay, so Chewy has been in a little wave, downward for the most part. Let's see. In the last year, it has been doing a kind of a slide down. Woo! So not looking good overall in the last year. Let's take a look at the year and a half or so. So yeah, it's been a downward, in a downward pattern, downward channel. below the 50, below. It's looking like it's doing a little turn up with the Santa Claus rally, but overall, it's not looking, Chewy's not looking that great. It had decent earnings, I guess, but it's not losing money anymore. But the revenue was a little slightly negative and they had positive earnings. Okay, so that's a good recap. Boeing, 3%. Look at this. If someone would have gone, listened to the earnings and said, ah, this is looking bad, and would have shorted this, they would have been doing really bad. But if somebody would have bought this at the earnings, look at from here to here. So let's say roughly 180 to 263. That's almost $100. So yeah, look at this puppy. I guess the reason for this gap was because they had a show in an air show on Dubai, and I guess the Dubaians are gonna be buying some mucho aviones, and this is why this thing has been going up the yin yang. So that's looking good. It even surpassed this level here. This is an area of resistance. So we may take a look at that, and if somebody is thinking about maybe a little bit of a resistance because it's just been so extra, this area right here may be an area of resistance. But overall, look at that puppy go. And it looks like it's not stopping. Let's look at Intel. Intel along the same lines, but not as extra like Boeing. But this has been doing phenomenal. And somebody was right getting this, maybe if we would have gotten it here or even here at this $38 mark, would have been a great opportunity, still going up. Hey, if you want to buy the dip, go ahead. It's doing a little it was doing bad for a long time, even with Nvidia and AMDA doing bad good. This now is picking up, as you can see, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, higher lows, and higher highs, higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. So the trend is upward. So you can't go wrong going long. Amazon. Amazon, as always, you can't go wrong with this. I'm sorry to tell you, but just buy the dip. And if it has a bad day or a bad run, just wait. It's gonna go pick back up. We said that it would surpass this, and it did. We're looking at the next resistance level about a buck 60, which it has hit it many times. Look at how many times it has hit this area. So that's a potential level that it's gonna hit. So look out for that. See if it gets there for the next. But that is an area. It could also be considered an area of resistance as well. So here, I would say about 155, 160 could be a potential area of resistance. CRM will skip. Kavana. Not looking good for me. Hopefully there's some resistance now and goes back down. But the reason this thing has been going up is because the interest rates have been going down, and because this is actually a car loaning you think it's a car seller, but it's actually a loan servicing company. This is the reason why it's been going up. But it's not making that much money, so we shall see. Riviano had a great day as well. Gap up. Area of resistance is this 25. It's been rejected twice. So if it gets there, that's a really good area to short it. So go long maybe to 25, and then that's an area that I would resist. 25. NVDA. So NVDA is 489, 489. I don't see why it wouldn't get to 500. It's been a little steppy the last couple of days. The chips have been strong, so I don't, if you want to take a bet on this, I think it's gonna get to 500 at least till the end of the year. Let's see, Softy. 369.85. um, flat at the end of the dia, but overall good. It did a good up momentum on a daily level. It's just been stable. Someone has been shorting this the last couple of days because it does look like it's starting to do higher lows. This is a little mountain down. So yeah, it could potentially be going down, but it is softy. And this trend, the 200, the 50 period still is kind of on the upside, and so is the 200, but it does look at least at an interim level that it is starting to go down. So I don't see why it wouldn't go down, but I would be kind of shorting it maybe on Tuesday instead of Monday, because Mondays usually are the stronger of the dia. Okay, and NVDA, we looked at Tesla, our friend Besla, Stressla, um, did well. I mean, it didn't do great. This candle wasn't as strong as Rivian's, and but it has been doing well compared to how it was. We should see if it gets to that 268. So we'll see, maybe 260 um in the next couple of days or so. But overall, uh the EVs have been kind of like messing around, up or down, up or down. Let's see. Dollar Tree um doing an U shape up. It's going to fill the gap. So, if you want to take a little gamble that it would, fill this gap, that's $6 per share. So, and it is the season that people like to get stuff at Dollar Tree. So why not? $6 per share, you get 100 shares, that's 600, that's about $600. AMD, AMD. So the chip's strong. These candles, the red candles, haven't been that strong compared to Nvidia and Intel, but still on the upward trend. So the chips have been strong. So, you jump on this, I wouldn't blame you if you do going long. But it has been a little bit volatile compared to the other. So you can see, would have been better to just short it at the beginning of the day. For the most part, catch every top here to short it. Nikete. So Nikkei. Te. Um, very volatile at the beginning. Would have been better to short it, but kind of it was kind of stayed around the higher above VWAP for the most part, and then it crashed down at the end of the day. But overall, retails are doing good. Beware of this because this could turn around. This area of support here is about 130, an area of resistance / support. It has been really strong, but buyer beware. It's been extra. So you want to make sure that you keep an eye on this when it starts to turn around. Just KAT. Home Depot, dag. If you would have gotten here at this point where we had said at a level, you would have been doing really well. Look at that. Muy bien, Home Depot. Muy bien. Macy's, the same thing. We had this at a good price. We actually had it around $12 or so. If we would have kept it and and sold it when it went up like here, we would have been doing fine. But we're impatient and we didn't listen to ourselves. So there you have it. Meta. Again, in its old pattern where it's been kind of in between this area here and here. Now it's in an area between here and here. So I think it is going to get to that. I mean, it did. It got to that 342. It could potentially get up here with the continue the Santa Claus rally, but beware that this mountain is kind of slightly lower. This mountain is higher than this mountain, but it could potentially get higher. So we shall see if it hits this level here, which we said 350. Walmart. So folks, if you got the high and you short it, you've been doing well. Let's see if it gets back down here because this could potentially be a good area to buy it. Could be 145 or so. Even so, an area to buy Walmart at 145. Anytime it gets to a 52-week high, you know, we didn't get it, and now we paid the price. Uh, da, 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 da. Google. Sorry, my machine is slow, I guess, today. La 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 la. Google, I guess, I would say is weaker than the other ones, than the Magnificent Seven. It's been playing games, but it's not as strong as the others. Not sure what to say. I can't really read it very well in terms of the pattern. It's just been kind of in a range. The 50 period, it's hovering below the 50, but it's still above the 200. So I mean, it could look, it looks like it's gonna continue, maybe go down, but time will tell. But it has been weaker than the others. We already did that Tesla. La 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 la. So yeah, we're observing Caro. Let's look at Netflix. Netflix, it got to 480, which was an area of resistance. I think that was one of the levels that we had set, or I think we said 500. So continue to observe this 480 stock to see if it does get to the 500, but it doesn't look like it. It's been rejecting this top a couple of times. Maybe it did a reversal here. It doesn't like that 480, but it could. It could maybe the third time break out. Okay, let's look at the losies, at the losers. Okay, so loser of the dia was open, which was good for someone who had it. Lucid, muy bien. Another EV name going down. Beyond Meat, $10 down. Piton did great. Coiny coin. Let's look at coin. So coin, uh, it has been in a high. It's been in a long trajectory here. It did a little bit negative on Friday, but it's still kind of momentum up. You know, higher lows. It's kind of stepping up. So buyer beware or seller beware. Taco, roughly 3%. We'll take a look at it. It's been doing a reversal up. It did do like this doji is kind of like a indecision doji, so maybe it could start going down for the winter time now. So that's something. But it has been going up. Let's look at the Banco EBC for a second before I forget. Bancos have been doing really well. This has, we wanted it to be at $10, but it didn't get there. In May it did, sort of. So, and it had gone down, but it didn't really get to the price. The closest that it got was 10.56. So you could have gotten a few shares and then see if it would have gone lower than that. but it's doing this little like pattern where it's like up, flat, up, little flat, up, or down, up. So, it's starting to maybe do another pattern again where it's going to go a little bit before it gets up there, but the bancos are strong. DraftKings, negative 250. It's been doing like kind of U shape going down, sort of, after this high here of 40. Target, it was really down on Friday. It has been extra since earnings. It has to come down because this thing overall hasn't been doing really well. So it has to kind of level set, I would think. Uber, this was added to the S&P 500 on Friday. It didn't have the greatest day. Look at this volume of negativity on Friday. Massive amounts of volume, but in the negative off on Friday. So it did well. The hype was wrong, but notice that it opened lower. It went down. Then it was just like messing around with people, up and down, up and down. Went up, kind of stayed flattish for a little bit, went up, and then it dropped back to how it was. It just went back to its level. So it just kind of did a upside down V on this. So that was Uber for you. Let's see what else. McDonald's. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Okay, slow. Oh, sorry. So, okay. So now after this crazy upward momentum, it's doing a little turn, it's doing a little pullback. And this is kind of like a level of an area that it likes to be at, because here was an area of support, which could turn an area of resistance. But we shall see what happens to McDonald's in the winter time. Maybe a lot of people don't get many Big Macs. We shall see. It's a good stock though. As you can see, it was just like downward direction all day, but at 10:30, settled down and stayed flat. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. American Airlines, it looks like it's curving on me. It's doing a little curve, so it's up a little bit. $15 above because it has been doing very well, but we may get a little pullback. I'll skip BJ's. Apple, Mansana, 0.76%. Excuse me, madam?
Did you say anything to me?
No, madama. So Apple still rejecting this 200. It got to 200, but it rejected it the next day. It didn't open in higher. It's kind of like it still hasn't broken out, but it could break out of that 200. We shall see. It's an area of resistance, but now it could turn into an area of support with the Santa Claus rally. And then that's when you really want to be careful because it will be at the ultimate high, and you want to make sure that if you're going to short this, you get it at the 200, the highest that you can get it. XOM, $100. So it got below $100, then it popped up. If this starts going up, we shall see, not good. But it has been going at a downward trend. And here's, this area of 100, it likes to, reverse on this 100 level. So, here it is. It did a gap up. So we already looked at EBC. Dickety dicks. Wow, this thing is cray cray. Very similar to Nikete. It filled the gap, but it's at an area of resistance, guys. An area of resistance. Hint, 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 hint. You got to watch and see if it gets to this 150, but who knows? It may not even get up there, but it's something to, look at. It has gone in this level every single time, and it has rejected it, and it has been really extra. So we want to see if it goes above the 150, but it's an area that we want to watch out for, Leanna Green. Azo, we don't look at that anymore. And that's all I got. I want to look at Wayfair's killing me, and Fresh Pet is also killing me. But Caro should definitely be on the notas. Dickies should be on the notas. And Coin, be on the lookout for more downturning. That's all I got. Any other questions, Madama?
Why do you say downturn for coin?
Huh?
Why do you say a downturn for coin?
It could be a downturn.
I said why.
Hold on, let me look at it again.
I just asked that question.
Hold on, I gotta look at it again. Oh, actually, no, that's incorrect of me. It's been stepping up. I must have
Why
meant
did you
something else.
originally?
Dickities, huh?
Why did you originally say watch out coin for a downturn? I'm just trying to find out why.
No, there was no reason. I may have meant something else.
So you
I
said
meant open. That's what I meant.
okay. So
Sorry, this is what I meant. Open, not coiny. Because open was it could go back to a downturn now because it was excess on Friday. That was the winner of the DIA. Or the loser.
okay.
The loser winner. 10 point negative 10.53%. So it could do a turnaround and start going back down.
Oh,
That's all I got.
okay. I got nothing. Thank you for talking today.
No problem. You got my notes?
Um, the do you have any specific things you want on the notes? I have
Yes,
notes.
we must pay attention to Caro.
Okay.
We must pay attention to Dicky.
Hmm.
Open should also be observed, and that's all I can remember at the moment.
All right. Well, I have those. Well, I don't have open, but I'll replace um coin roll.
Oh, and then if anybody want to short beyond me, they're welcome to. Is at the $10 level again. Oh man,
All right.
that's it. You watching the juego?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I will let you continue to enjoy your Sunday evening, and I will talk to you mañana.
Did you pick up someone?
Yes, somebody's relaxing, relajándose, showering.
Okay.
Yo,
Can you
it-
go or no?
did
Hmm?
the kids go?
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
They went. It was a mob scene in the airport. People don't go to the airport ever. That
Mm-hmm.
thing was crazy over there.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Well, the weather didn't
It,
help.
but even without the weather, it would have been a mob scene.
Mm-hmm. Well,
It was ridiculous. Just they don't let you like uh the well, he's doing a great job, the state police organizing people, but still it's just so many cars. You can't really pick up anybody. They have to kind of like you have to go around the airport a couple of times.
so did you have to go around
Yeah, I went like 3 times.
that?
Yeah, because it was just like crazy.
All right. I'm gonna let you go.
I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll give you more details tomorrow.
Yep. Peace out.
Uh, Peace out. Bye.